Tom had always dreamed of being a tour guide, leading eager groups of tourists through famous historical sites and sharing fascinating stories along the way. However, little did he know that he would quickly earn the title of the most unlucky tour guide in the history of tourism. On one fateful day, Tom found himself in the middle of a dense forest with his group, trying to navigate their way to a famous archaeological site. Despite his best efforts to follow the map and guide his tourists safely, they soon found themselves completely lost. Panic began to set in as the group realized they were surrounded by towering trees with no familiar landmarks in sight. Just when Tom thought things couldn't get any worse, they stumbled upon a bear roaming through the forest. The tourists screamed in terror as the bear sniffed the air, its eyes locking onto the group. In a moment of sheer panic, Tom tried to remember the bear safety protocols he had hastily skimmed through in his tour guide manual. With trembling hands, he managed to lead the group quietly away from the curious creature, desperately hoping they wouldn't become the bear's next meal. As night began to fall and the group huddled together for warmth, Tom decided it was time to start a campfire. In his eagerness to impress his tourists with his survival skills, he reached into his bag for what he thought was a pack of matches, only to accidentally grab a smoke bomb instead. The forest was soon filled with colored smoke, creating a chaotic scene that left the tourists coughing and sputtering as they tried to wave away the vibrant clouds. To make matters worse, Tom, in his frazzled state, began to mix up the historical facts about the archaeological site they were supposed to visit. The tourists soon caught on to his inaccurate information, their murmurs of discontent growing louder with each passing minute. Frustrated and embarrassed, Tom tried to backtrack and clarify his mistakes, but the damage had already been done. Despite all the chaos and mishaps, Tom refused to let the day be a complete disaster. With his trademark grin and unwavering optimism, he rallied the group together, turning the situation into a series of unforgettable memories. He cracked jokes, improvised amusing stories about the historical site, and even led the group in a spontaneous dance around the fading campfire. By the end of the night, as the stars twinkled above and the group settled down to sleep under the open sky, the tourists couldn't stop laughing and chatting about their misadventures with the unluckiest tour guide they had ever met. And as Tom drifted off to sleep with a contented smile on his face, he knew that even though things hadn't gone as planned, he had still managed to create a truly unforgettable experience for his group.